Today I'm going to be reviewing the Engwe P26. It's an affordable e-bike. It comes in at $10.99. Unlike some other e-bikes that are a lot more expensive, they can range all the way up to like $2,000. So this is in the more affordable range, but it still has some unique features that I'm excited to share with you about. So let's dive into it and let's talk about some of the things that I enjoy about it, some pros, cons, and just what I think about this e-bike. Starting off, the first thing I noticed when I hopped on this e-bike and start riding it is it's more of a forward position, kind of like a mountain bike would be with this flat handlebars. And you can kind of tilt it up with this screw right here on the side of it. But what I noticed when you tilt it up farther is that this cord right here puts more tension on it when you put the handlebars up higher. So I don't love that because I feel like I'm gonna damage my wires or my brakes or something like that. So I don't love adjusting them up super high. So that's just something to point out about this. And I kind of wish that this is made to be more of like a cruiser or commuter e-bike where you can take it for long trips if you're using it instead of a vehicle or something. So I wish that the handlebars just came up to me a little more. That way I wouldn't have to be in a forward, more athletic stance, but I could just be in a more casual, relaxed posture. It's a long train. Moving on to some of the accessories on this e-bike, it has a 7-speed Shimano shifter, which in my opinion is just average. I actually prefer the trigger shifters that come underneath it, but usually those are found in more expensive e-bikes, so it makes sense for this inexpensive one that they put this 7-speed Shimano shifter on it. And then it also has mechanical disc brakes, which to me, they don't stop the bike that fast. It's actually kind of a lag. So if you're going at top speed, this e-bike goes 28 miles an hour. And if you're going at that top speed and go to stop, just give yourself enough time to stop, because these don't stop you on a dime, but they're still gonna stop you. They still work. So just know that. The suspension on this e-bike is average. The seat to me is pretty firm and it's a little more narrow, so it's a little bit uncomfortable. I would probably swap the seat out if I was you. If you're gonna be using this e-bike for long trips and using it for actually commuting, because this e-bike can go over 50 miles on one charge, so that's quite a long range for this e-bike. But it does have front suspension and that's really nice going over top of bumps. You don't feel it as much through your arms. It comes with a bell, that's really cool. And it also has a different kind of control mechanism right here, control panel on the left-hand side that I'm not used to. It has a huge plus and minus button to change your pedal assist levels, but it also has a headlight button on the side and an info button to toggle between different settings on your display screen here. So I actually prefer that over top of when you have to like long press the plus button. To me, that just takes up more time, and sometimes I'm like, did I turn the headlight on? Is it not on? This one has a designated button for the headlight, so it makes it a little bit easier to know that I'm turning it on and off with just the click of the button, so that's nice. Speaking of the headlight, I do like that it actually integrates that little reflector piece right into the headlight, because a lot of times other bikes will give you a separate reflector piece that is supposed to attach to your handlebars up front, and I rarely put it on just because I don't like clutter on my top of the handlebar. So it's nice that they included the reflector to be built right into the headlight actually. Now this does have a front headlight, but it doesn't have a rear tail light built into it, so that's one thing that I don't love as much. I love it when they actually integrate tail lights into it. It's just better when you're riding on roads for cars to see you, and even other pedestrians and other people on the road. They just know if you're braking, or they can see you a lot better. This e-bike isn't a fat tire e-bike, so it's actually pretty more agile compared to them. You can move it a lot better and be a little more nimble on it. As I'm just riding and talking, I don't have a script or anything, so if I'm like jumping from one topic to the next about features and then what it looks like, it's just because I'm riding a bike and I'm multitasking. I'm not the best at it, okay? So another thing I want to point out about this is the hand grips are pretty nice. I like when they have these paddles that stick out and give you more surface area to hang on to when you're riding it. That's always way more comfortable for my hands, so I really like the hand grips on this. And the cool thing about this e-bike is it has a twist throttle, a half twist throttle or a quarter twist throttle, however much this is. I really enjoy that. I usually have like thumb throttles, left-handed thumb throttles on all my e-bikes, but this is one with a twist throttle, and I like that it's not the whole handlebar. I have another e-bike that the whole handlebar is a twist throttle, and sometimes when you turn, you accidentally like whiskey throttle. And so it's nice that it's not on your whole handlebar. That way you can hang on, you're not gonna whiskey throttle. It's a little bit easier to ride. The super cool feature about this e-bike that I've been so excited to share with you actually is that this twist throttle, if you hold it, I don't know for how long, maybe like 10 seconds, it actually locks into like a cruise control. So then once you hold it there for a certain amount of time, it'll lock into cruise control. You can take your hand off the throttle and you'll still go that consistent speed. So if you have long distances to travel, you don't always just want to be sitting there holding the throttle or holding the thumb throttle. So I really love that feature. I haven't seen it on any of my other e-bikes so far, so I'm really pleased with that it has cruise control. To me, it's not that bad of a ride. Like, I can never complain about riding an e-bike. Even if it's an affordable one, I just, like, compared to a regular bicycle, it's like worlds apart. Just getting into the e-bike world is a lot of fun. It makes biking so much more enjoyable for someone like me who just doesn't love to exert myself a ton on a bicycle ride. Like, I don't want to be like going the same 4-mile loop. Now I can travel longer distances and it's just a lot more fun and enjoyable. So I enjoy this e-bike. It's definitely on the affordable side. So it has, you know, not the premium features like some of the high-end e-bikes have. Like I said, a better shifter, better brakes, things like that. But I really do like that it has this cruise control. That is a super unique feature to me. I also wish this cord, like I mentioned before, maybe it was in a different spot. I feel like if it went into the frame up higher, that would be a lot better. That way I can turn my handlebars without this cord wrapping around, and it just makes me nervous, I guess. So that's something when I'm riding it that I notice. But other than that, it seems like a good e-bike. It works, it gets me to where I need to go. It's definitely a great start if you're looking to get your first e-bike. It's a nice affordable one and it's been holding up pretty good so far. So if you're interested in picking one up, I'll definitely put a link in the description for you to check it out. And if you want to watch more content like this, more e-bike videos, then consider subscribing, and I'll catch you on the next one.